Alright, here we are again, searching for a 1v1. This is a Terran versus Protoss. Okay. So, showed that last game, but that's okay. Hopefully this will be a good one anyways. Alright, so Lost Temple 4-player map. That should mean not a whole lot of cheesing will go on. Of course it can still happen, but generally you don't get cheesed right off the start with like a proxy strategy of any sort. At least that's what I found. I haven't got proxied on Lost Temple, which is always good because you can actually have a good game.
Not enough minerals.
So, pretty standard at the start, of course, the usual. Just building SCVs, and I'm kind of bored, so I'm swiping at stuff. Just sort of... I like doing stuff like that sometimes just because occasionally I'll just be staring at the screen and kind of zone out, just hitting S for build SCVs, and then I forget to build my supply depot, or forget to build my barracks, or gas, or upgrade to orbital command, you know, the usual starting stuff. So it's always a good idea, just make sure you're paying attention kind of thing. And if you're always kind of clicking around and doing that kind of stuff, then it keeps you active, you know, in the game. And also, if you're always clicking around and stuff, it'll help keep your micro up for when you have to do some during actual battles, because you'll be warmed up. I don't know, that is I've never found that I had to get warmed up, but I mean my micro isn't all that good anyways, so I see people that just frantically click at the start, but it doesn't really help me because I'm not at that level. So actually a lot of the time when I'm doing that swiping around and stuff, I'll forget to build an SCV just because I'm mashing so many buttons. I'm like, oh whoops, I haven't been building stuff, just kind of mashing buttons. But yeah, I did see his scouting probe, so he's probably right under me because he found me pretty quickly. But of course I always just do a circle. I never take anything for granted. Always best to just look around and hopefully find him. And yeah, just getting my depot up, and then after this I'll get orbital command. Oh no, okay, so he is over here. Well, good thing I kept checking them. Nothing too special yet. I don't see a gateway. Doesn't have a gateway up? Oh, there it is. Okay, he just kind of hid it down there. I was like, whoa, okay. Maybe he is proxying me? I was a little worried for a second there. Although I already have my wall off done, so I don't think it would have been too big an issue. But again, who knows? You can always break through. I mean, if you get stalkers, then yeah. If you only had zealots, it would have been super easy for me to defend. Just repair the supply depots and obviously hit them with my ranged marines, marauders, that kind of thing. And yeah, I'm just grabbing an engineering bay just because, well, obviously you want the upgrades. That's really the main reason, is I just like getting an early +1 to weapons, because you can do kind of a timing push that way. And my computer's slowing down the game, of course. Sometimes this happens, but what can you do, right? And yeah, I like doing tri-barracks at the start, just because against Protoss I've had the most success doing a heavy bio build and then getting ghosts. And it seems pretty effective. I mean, you can just stim up. Obviously you do a lot more damage that way, and then if you take down the shields with ghosts and focus down the immortals, then you're usually in good shape. Of course it depends on his army, but yeah, of course always go after the immortals first, because they I don't know how many shots it takes to kill a Marauder actually with an Immortal. Not very many. It's probably like 2, maybe 3.
Our SCVs are
But obviously that's not something you want to be a part of. Okay, so there's the Robo Bay, or facility rather. Yeah, Robo Bay would mean Colossus, which I wouldn't like. But yeah, he's getting Immortals, just as, pretty standard. I haven't had too much trouble with Protoss players that play like this actually, like the 3-gate Robo Bay. Yeah, like I said, I haven't had too many issues with that. It's the 4-gate early push that always seems to get me. Just because before I can even get ghosts out or a real big army out, they've got tons of sentries and stalkers already at your front door, and I don't know, I need a bit more practice with that, but I don't see too many Protoss do it, which is kind of odd. Most of the time I just see this 3-gate Robo Bay, and usually I win because they put so much money into those Immortals that, I mean, a Ghost and Focus Fire just takes that out so easily. And of course Stim. But yeah, that Ghost Academy, as you saw, is on the way. And a 4th Rax, just because I really want to make a push at this point, but of course you need the extra Rax. And I'm waiting for +1 to be done. But I don't really have a big enough force yet to push out. So I'm just going to grab that +1 armor and keep building up. And I'm not quite sure what I'll do yet. I may make a push at +1 armor. So my 1/1 army, Stim and Marine Marauder with some ghosts. Because as you can see, I don't have any ghosts yet. And I'm just grabbing Marines here because I'm just trying to save up my gas for those ghosts. So when you're doing that, you have to keep building, of course. So just keep building Marines. Because they're really good against Immortals, actually. Focus Fire Marines on Immortals is just amazing. Kind of like in Protoss versus Protoss, Sentries are really good against the Immortals as well. Oh, am I gonna get him? Yes, okay, good. And yeah, if you're wondering how I saw him, I'm not sure how well this translates onto YouTube, but if you can see cloaked units actually, even when they're cloaked, if you look carefully, there's a little distortion of them moving around, and it's pretty standard to see observers in your base. So I was a little bit out of position when I scanned there actually. It's usually best to be right under them. Also, I don't know if anyone knows this, but I'll just mention it anyways, but with Ghosts, their EMP decloaks units.